I feel like this is an important conversation to have because it gets even worse than that. We got an election going on in New Jersey right now, and this is what everybody needs to understand about it. A lot of people are really surprised when you tell them that they got to pay. My GPS is going off. You got to pay for your sewer line in the street. Not only you got to pay for it, you got to cut the road out, you got to dig it up, you got to get rid of all of the fill, you got to replace it with new stuff. All of that comes out of your pocket, even the paving. If you took out the curb, you got to replace the curb. If you take out the sidewalk, you got to replace the sidewalk. All of this stuff, city property. This guy that I was dealing with, now I don't know if you realize this, but everybody says, oh, well, the town would have definitely did that if you would have just told him. I had the city engineer literally standing over me the entire job, right? The guy was at the edge of the trench. You don't see him in the video because obviously I'm not just going to fucking film this old man sitting there in his, high vis. But he's there the whole time, right? And he's telling me he's fed up with it too, If you got a sidewalk, this guy had a sidewalk that was... when you got a tree between the curb and the sidewalk and the roots grow under it and it makes it all fucked up and crazy. It's like a tripping hazard, right? He tells me that these people are not going to be able to sell their house. They're not going to be able to sell their house until they replace this sidewalk. Basically, somebody's going to have to go in there, and they're going to have to go through the same process. So a mason's going to have to come in. He's going to have to take the sidewalk out. He's going to have to get a permit. He's going to have to talk to the engineer's office. They're going to tell him how they want the sidewalk, because it was all in the same packet of everything that we were doing, like the road, the sidewalk, everything. They're going to tell him how they want the sidewalk, and then he's going to have to give them a bond, right, which is basically just insurance to say, like, hold my money for 6 months or a year, and if my sidewalk fails, then... you keep my money and you use that money to replace the sidewalk. So he's going to have to give them a bond. But he can't cut the tree down. Okay? Listen to this. Pay attention to this. These people are not going to be able to sell their house until they replace the public sidewalk that was put in by the town. They can't touch the tree that's on the city's property because it was planted by the city. And then this guy needs to give insurance to the town that this won't happen again. Tell me that's not fucked up.